pride of Massachusetts, the Patriots, introduced to this, as always, sold-out crowd as they get set to go head-to-head with the Cleveland Browns. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Taken in at the 3. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now it's Jackson. Well, that's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go play action with Jackson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Buddy Johnson came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So much for coming out throwing as it leads to an early 2nd down and long. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jackson, he's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
An early message that this secondary is going to be tested, because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Browns, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 3rd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 30. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now Jackson. Flush to his right. And incomplete. Colin Johnson there, the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is third down. From the gun, Jackson. Throwing left side, it's complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
And oftentimes we think about statement drives in the second halves of games, especially in the fourth quarter. But here, it's happening early, a definite statement. They've held on to the ball for a healthy portion of this first quarter already. And now after that completion, they're set up first and goal.
They'll run with Cook. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Looks like they quit hitting the snooze button on their alarm there. Finally a sign of life from this defense. They've been fairly passive on this opening drive. Now able to stand up on first and goal, and they sent that play backwards.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Play action. Now Jackson. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Darren Waller, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Makes the score Patriots 7, Browns. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. First down, here's Cousins. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
Being chased at. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. After the sack, they'll come up now, third and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
The Browns send out their punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or two. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Patriots take over. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know,
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Jackson from the shotgun. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Zuerlein good with a PAT. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Back to the air, Jackson following the pick 6. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got him in, complete, and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A great effort there. An 80-yard touchdown, and the Patriots have taken the lead. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes, because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw, Cousins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Cousins. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years, and the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Handoff comes to Cook, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Jackson. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That last throw moves him past 27,989 yards for his career. So that means he moves ahead of the blonde bomber, Terry Bradshaw, on the all-time list.
And, boy, he loved to throw it downfield, didn't he? That's why he was the blonde bomber. Remember, he'd throw it downfield to John Stallworth and Lynn Swann. It was gorgeous. Big throws, big plays. Terry Bradshaw.
And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They go play action now. Jackson. Flushed out right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Patriots have moved out in front. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This taken in at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Browns drive about to get started. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. Cousins. He'll get this to Nwangu. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. leads to a 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now Jackson on 1st down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A big play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly for 6. Luck's good on the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Browns drive about to get started. And they have the game here followed by the open date on the calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Byron Coward. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. But, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Nwangu going to get it on the counter. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. A nice job of just sticking the helmet down 9 yards on the play, but still 3rd and 12 now. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And this one is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's a 49-yard punt, 8, though, on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, It's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Give to Cook out of the gun. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Jackson to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And the lead will stay put at 17.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now Cousins. That'll be complete to the running back, Nwangu. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Cousins now to throw on first down. They'll check that down to Nwangu out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Play action now. Cousins. Taking a shot here for Marshall. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10. They go play action. Cousins. It's caught inside the 25. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. To throw again on second down. Cousins toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. This is first and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, second and goal. Cousins gets this one out wide quickly. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Josiah DeGuara as the first half is winding down. And the Browns are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Zuerlein good with a PAT. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call. But they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
Here's second and 10. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going to let it go again. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to...
And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Byron Coward able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. Throwing on second and long. Cousins. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's third down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Third and long for Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go.
Oh, for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. The big boy's big dream right there. He got to rumble and stumble all the way for 6.
Nothing like big man with football, is there? I mean, that brings people onto their feet every single time. And his dream was answered on that one, wasn't it? It was realized. He picks it off and takes it to the end zone.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They start the drive with Cook. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Throwing is Jackson. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Play action. It's Jackson. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. For all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now.
But now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Patriots. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
First down, here's the run with Cook. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
2nd down and 3. Again, it's Cook. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Jackson able to find Waller. That's complete. And he will have a Patriots first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Now Jackson. And down inside the 15 he goes. Certainly worth noting he's now 1 catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the pistol, they run it with Cook. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Cook now off the read option, and they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And Lutz's kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it now because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long.
And got his man complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Browns are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and the lead will shrink to 6. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Jackson on first down. Got a man, that's Colin Johnson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Back now in Foxborough. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They go play action with Jackson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A big play that time on the catch and run.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of, and in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of, trying to engineer a fourth quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
On first down, they'll run with Nwangu. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Another run now for Nwangu. Evades him at the 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They come up on a 1st and goal, and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and a PAT for the lead. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Handoff here to Nwangu. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. 3rd and goal for Cousins. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Browns. Kene Nwangu hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are an extra point away from taking the lead in this game. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Pats at the line ready to go. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. He's going to take another shot here. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Patriots. A great play there. 77 yards. And once again, the Patriots are back out in front. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
I'm really not sure what was more impressive about that throw. Was it the distance travel or the accuracy involved? Because I'm going to tell you straight up, when you're trying to hit a guy in stride that far downfield, there's nothing easy about it. But he sure made it look easy there.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the Patriots are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Off the play fake. Cousins. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. And he is going to lose yardage here. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Now, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 25. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Zuerlein good with a PAT, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Pats at the line ready to go. And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick 6 hurt, no doubt, but this is still a one-score game here in the 4th. Back to the air, Jackson following the pick 6. And complete right side to Cook. That catch good for only a couple.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And the Browns are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. 43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession. So they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On the give is Nwangu. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now a timeout coming in here defensively. as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game. The Browns on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Browns on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. On play action, Cousins. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Browns add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98 to Mike. Here we go. Here we go. Ozzy. Watch 98. 98 to Mike.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Check 31. Check 31.
No, we changed it. No. Shot. Ready. Shot.
Jackson to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at about the 31. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as he'll drop him for a loss of 4.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll go right back to Nwangu. And he's got some space here. 92 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Browns, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers.
Salute when you see me. That jealousy is an ocean, and you either float or you sink it. Moment of truth, credit check, you not approved. Be the king, I'm in love with the blues. Don't start me up, I got finishing moves. Look, salute when you see me. Slid through all the commotion.